and own the land, who own mines, who own banks, will not leave a room for any collective ownership of those entities. And I assure you, my brother, the pillars of racism are those. And for as long as those are not addressed, you will go to any institution, whether a bank, whether a mine, you will cry that you are a graduate of mining engineering. They appointed a supervisor who is a black man with matric only, and you have to submit to that particular man. You cry and cry, but as long as these things are not transformed, you would not do anything. You would cry that you have been working in this particular company for many years, but a white man was just brought yesterday, and that white man has to be taught the actual work by yourself. I'm telling you, you will cry. For as long as we do not transform the real cause, or we do not change the real cause of racism, we are far from addressing racism. What we have done is a cosmetic address of what is called racism. And of course, it is working for few individuals, of course, that can live in harmony with a different race. It is possible, of course, to live in harmony with a different race. But let's not forget what was the cause, or what is the actual cause of racism itself.
One wise man once said that in actual fact, what we did with racism was putting a plaster on a very, very deep wound. We didn't take time to check how deep the wound is and try to actually make sure that this wound gets healed. What we did is just to put a plaster so that we can, hide the embarrassment to the public. But hey, on 0123824936, on Facebook, it's 20 space FM space 93.6. On Twitter, it's at 20 FM. And I know that on Facebook, it's Mo Africa Wamaila. You can engage them. It's Abuti Elmond on Facebook. You can engage them. It's the News Pioneer Mokete Khatebe on Facebook. I do have a page. It's the Pioneer Mr. Karakara. Inspired by Mokete Khatebe. It's another page. Let's engage. Let's speak about this thing. On Twitter, it's at Mokete80. Let's speak, young people. We are really the salt of this country. Bahai, so I thank you so much. You guys do not know how much I could actually, you guys have actually did so much, and I thank you so much to everyone that participated in the show, and thank you so much to everyone who has actively listened, because from the comments we could tell that there is people who are listening, and there's people who have requested songs. We're going to play your songs. We're going to make sure that you do not miss the upcoming shows. Today we do have a pattern of shows. It's only the chat show that couldn't be featured today due to logistical challenges. But yes, the other shows will come through. And thank you so much for being a loyal listener of this, lovely Cape City studio. Thank you so much, gentlemen. You guys have actually, made changes. You have assisted a lot of people, and thank you so much for empowering us. Closing arguments. On Twitter, are you available, Sam?
Yes, I'm available.
Yeah, give us your Twitter handle, and give us your company details as well.
At Wamaila. Yeah, at Wamaila. Yes, that's me on Twitter. And you know what, I don't have much to say, because I think it's one of the issues that are very sensitive, and we addressed it as much as we can, opening so many wounds of so many things. As you see when he's talking, I'm withdrawn at the back. I'm thinking of so many things. But what I will say is this: as long as there is still white supremacy, we have not yet even scratched the existence of racism in this country. The racism of South Africa is clearly manifest in the dominance of white people upon the economy. Until such a time when we can both have the same access to the dinner table as blacks and whites, that's the time when we can say, yes, there is no racism. But today, because of the economic structure, the way it is, we are clearly suffering. We are sitting at a point where we can say we are now on the harsh atrocities and vicissitudes of racism than before. Because it's in 21 years of democracy, we see black people suffering more than they did before, many being more unemployed, being reduced, marginalized economically. So that shows that it's still there. And one more thing, I will say this: we cannot just be excited for sharing the space.